What's up guys, Craig here with what will probably be my last return to video in GTA 5. Yeah, I know. Sad times, but, you know, gotta move on eventually. So for the last one, I'll be showing off the, things in Los Santos and Blaine County that didn't really fit into a location that I've shown before or was in a location that had fuck all else in it. So let's start with the airport. Los Santos International. In San Andreas, it was one of three airports, along with the other two islands ones. In the new one, it's the only airport outside like the small little airfields dotted about all over the place, but you know, they don't really count. It is based, I think, on like LA's actual airport. What is it? LAX or something? I have no idea where the fuck you've got that X from, but yeah, you know. Also, is it just me or does that terminal seem pretty small? I don't know. Also, in the new one, there's a much higher police presence, which I suppose is quite realistic. Unfortunately, that is the world we live in now. But, yeah, unfortunately, that world has to carry over into the game world. But flying over the old one, it seemed kind of dead for a international airport. There was like nothing going on. Whereas the new one, there's a fucking shit ton going on. There's passenger jets everywhere for you to steal, little like private jets. You see a plane landing in the background there, showing it's like an actual, like active runway. Unlike GTA 4, which you know had that infinite looping plane on the ground, just going round the runways over and over again. Gotta feel sorry for the passengers in that. It was just an infinite delay for them. Ah, so sad. But, this airport, it does actually look quite good from there, especially at night. You know, with all the runway lit up and stuff, terminal and all that. It does actually look quite good, you know. Also, I like the detail on that passenger jet, by the way, like all the weird windows and stuff, but that's another thing. And now, to give you an idea of the size of the runways, I give you a race across time, 20 years to be exact. Two Patriots going down the runways to give you a, rough idea, like I said. And also, to people who like complain about pop-in the new one, look on the left at San Andreas. It's like so much worse back then, you really don't realise how far we've come. And also, the San Andreas one came first, indicating a shorter runway. Despite the fact I think the GTA 5 Patriot's a little bit slower, but not enough to make that big a difference. And eventually, it comes in second. But realistically, since it came in second, that means it's got a bigger runway, which means it really came first. Because, you know, bigger's always better, no matter what anyone says. And next, we are on to the tallest building in Los Santos. At least, I think it's the tallest building. Is it the tallest building? You know what, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it is the tallest building. But, yeah, in the new one it's the Maze Bank Tower, and in the old one it was nothing, it was just a tower. Yeah, when you look at it from that, it's probably the biggest tower. Also, I don't know if it's based on a real life thing. I'm assuming it is. I mean, I don't know a lot about Los Angeles, but, you know. I get the feeling if I ever went there, I would just end up seeing things I've seen in GTA and going, oh yeah, look, there's that building I kept crashing my helicopter into, or, look, there's that street that I kept killing hookers on. All the while, people around me are wondering what the fuck's wrong with me. But yeah, on to the next thing. This cemetery played a kind of significant role in a couple of missions in San Andreas, including, it was either the first or the second mission, where they were burying CJ's mother. It's had a bit of a facelift, and it's been expanded a bit, obviously to deal with the significant rise in dead people over the last 20 years, which unfortunately is to be expected. And moving on, we've got the stadium, which has moved from East Los Santos in the last one to, I think it's South Los Santos. Obviously looks significantly better. I don't know, I think the first one was modelled on a real life stadium. I don't know about this one, someone could probably let me know. It's home to the basketball team, the Panic, by the looks of things. Just looks a bit better, I suppose. The observatory. This, again, is something I'm almost certain is based on a real thing, but I have no idea what observatory it is. Yeah. To be honest, it looked quite good in San Andreas in comparison with a few other things. It was overlooking Vespucci Beach, or Verona Beach, as I think it was called back then. Yeah, it doesn't actually look that different, really, from the new version. Obviously, the new version has updated textures and stuff and is overlooking Vinewood Hills instead this time, but to be honest, they look quite similar, to be honest. And finally, we move on to Mount Chiliad, which I had actually considered giving its own video, but I don't know why I decided against it, I just did. It just kind of looks like a big lump of weird shitty rock in the old one, and for some reason whenever I look at it I'm reminded of a quarry. Don't know why, I just am. The new one, it's much bigger and actually looks like a mountain now. So that's good. Both had a town at the bottom of them. Obviously the San Andreas one was a little bit smaller and shittier. I believe it was called Angel Pine or Pine something or Creek, I don't know. It was called something. And the new one has Palito Bay. It's called Palito Bay. I'm sure it's called Palito Bay. Obviously it's a lot larger. It also it's also part of one of the main heists of the game, so there's that. Also, the old one had this like shack halfway up, and if I remember right, it was part of a mission where you had to take a photograph of a guy and kill them. That's no longer there. And also, we go to the top of the mountain. Both have these like observation decks. The San Andreas one also didn't look quite as good. Had that marble with some unintelligible writing and an American flag which weirdly didn't wave. So it was kind of like the moon landing thing where it just doesn't move. And onto the new one. Obviously looks a little bit better. This observation platform is also the location of an Easter egg, which, if you watched one of my previous videos, you'll probably already know about. And if you haven't watched it, go watch it. I'll put the link somewhere. And the new one also has this cable car system, which is obviously a bit new. And yeah, that seems like a good place as any to end this Return to series. Ah well, it was fun while it lasted, I suppose. But, gotta move on. Let's see, not much to say really. Thanks to everyone who watched, liked and subscribed through all these videos. Obviously I appreciate it. And I do have a few things in mind, so remember to keep liking and subscribing to keep up to date with the other things I have in mind when I eventually get around to doing them. And yeah, that's about it for this series, and thanks for watching again, and I'll see you guys next time.